One of the smartest men in the world, Nuno Loureiro, who was working on unlimited clean energy through nuclear fusion, has been assassinated in his home, allegedly by the man they are now tying to the Brown University shooting, who now allegedly has taken his own life in a storage container in New Hampshire. All this comes at the same exact time there was another huge piece of news in the world of nuclear fusion. I don't think any of this is getting enough buzz. Nuno is 47 years old. He was married with 3 children. He was the director of MIT's Plasma Science and Fusion Center. In January of this year, he received the Presidential Early Career Award for Scientists and Engineers from Joe Biden. He was a theoretical plasma physicist with one of his focuses being magnetic reconnection. Magnetic reconnection is what drives solar flares bursting away from the surface of the sun. So when you have two magnetic fields pointing in opposite directions and they break apart, there's a lot of energy released from the field there. NASA has said that one of these magnetic reconnections releases as much energy as the United States uses in an entire day. If you think about nuclear fusion and the applications for the Earth, this really is about trying to harness the power of the sun and use that to help humanity. 6 months ago, he was talking about a new facility at MIT that was going to drive this research to new heights. Now he's dead, gunned down in his home, and authorities, after originally saying there was no connection between what happened at Brown University and what happened to Nuno, they're now saying that the same man perpetrated both atrocities. The man is allegedly Claudio Manuel Neves Valenta, who is now dead after allegedly taking his own life in a storage unit in New Hampshire. I'll be very blunt, there's been a lot of confusion and conflicting reports about what happened at Brown University and what happened here. I think when there are two things where one of them has a clear explanation and one of them does not, and they are tied together, you have to look at the thing that has a clear explanation and ask what is going on here. According to the Jerusalem Post today, Israel is examining the possibility that it was Iran, which is interesting because this is a guy that was just looking to help develop clean energy, right? So I find everything about this post to be intriguing. An interesting thing called out by this Jewish news outlet Forward is that in this moment where there are genuine acts of anti-Semitism in the world, that this particular case, there's a push across the internet to call this guy both Israeli and Jewish. He was a man from Portugal. We don't know his religion. That is not documented. Same people are also saying he was targeted for speaking out in favor of Israel in the war against Palestinians. That is not the case. That has never happened. There are influencers like this lying, which I find to be very strange. If anyone has an explanation for this, please let me know.
Tonight, we have seen an MIT professor who just so happened to also be Israeli and also be Jewish get murdered in his own home. Are we understanding?
The thing I find to be intriguing is yesterday we got another huge piece of news about Trump Media merging with a nuclear fusion company. $6 billion merger with Tay Technologies out of California. We have one of the first publicly traded nuclear fusion companies in the world. Next year they plan to break ground on the world's first utility-scale fusion power plant. Tay's received a lot of funding over the years from Alphabet, who is Google's parent company, Chevron, and also Goldman Sachs. Be very clear about what they want this energy for. This is not to help the everyday person. This is all about AI. Because AI data centers require a great deal of energy. Data centers like these, remember when Trump announced this with Masayoshi Son?